Right now, more and more of you are thinking about moving away from the Fire Stick devices, whether that's because of restrictions, missing applications, blocked applications, lots of different reasons, and maybe you're looking for more freedom of Android TV devices, maybe even mini PCs, but there's one big problem. What happens to all of your applications that you have installed already on your device? What if you have applications that are now very difficult to find, maybe old versions that still work perfectly, but you just can't locate them anymore? Or maybe you've forgotten where you got a certain application from. Again, how can you now use this app on your new device? Well, in this video today, let me show you a super easy process to back up all of your applications from your Fire Stick, and you can then access them from your phone, your tablet, your PC, or even another streaming device. And the great thing is, you can do all of this completely wirelessly, and of course the process is completely free. So please do hit that like button for more content like this, and let's jump right into it. Now for this process today, I'm going to use Mi Explorer, which you can get directly from our website under the utility section. So let's open that up. Now this is a great application that has lots of great built-in features. It's super easy to use, but it has that key feature of the ability to back up your application. So many times people install applications from different people websites or different repositories, and they just can't remember where they got the application from. But with this application, you can now back up any application that you have and then save it somewhere else for easier access. So the way we're going to do that, if you navigate to where it says app on the left, let's click on that. This now shows you all of your installed applications. So if I go to the top and select user app, because I'm only interested in the applications I've installed myself, let's click on that. And I can now see all of these applications. So these are already running on my device. Anything I want to back up. So in this demonstration, let's back up this application here. Let's long press the select button there. 3, 2, 1. That becomes selected. Let's back up Downloader, because you never know. Let's do that as well. That's application number 2. Let's back up Local Send. That's application number 3. And lastly, let's back up this application here. So we have 4 applications we've now selected. What I need to do now is go to the top, and we're going to select this icon here, which basically means copy. So copy these applications. Let's click on that. They've now been copied, and I now need to paste them somewhere. So the best place to paste them is actually your downloader folder. So if I go to the left where it says internal storage, let's click on that. I can now go to the right. Let's go to download. And we can see I've got a downloader folder already created. So I'm going to click on that. My folder is empty. I'm now going to go to the top, and where you have the small clipboard, this is basically the icon for paste. So if I click on that now, press select again, we can see it now copies those 4 applications directly into that folder there. So that's how easy it is to back up any application you have installed on your device, and you can then paste it inside that folder there. So that's the first part done. So the question is now, how can I access these on another device so I can save them, or maybe just install them on another device? Well, the easy way to do that is you can actually create a mini server directly from this application. So again, if I go to the 3 dots on the top right, let's click on that. If I now go to where it says servers, let's click there. And what I want to do now is start a HTTP server. So let's press the select button there. And we can see now we get an IP address and we get a port. So what that basically means is I can now type that address into any other device in my home network, on my phone, on my tablet, on my PC. Or for in this example, let's type this into my NVIDIA Shield, and let's see exactly what we see on that device. So we can see the IP address there ends in 148 on port 8181. So let's now jump over to my NVIDIA Shield. Here we are. So let's now navigate to Downloader, and we can now type in that same address into the address bar. So let's do that now. So we know that address was just 192.168.0.148, and then the key part, which is the port. So for that, you do the colon, and it was 8181. I'm hoping now with no pop-ups, no interruptions, as soon as I click on this, we can now see the internal storage of my Fire TV Cube on my NVIDIA Shield now. So super easy to use. I can now navigate to that same folder, which we know is download. And just FYI guys, you can actually click on upload, and this way I can now transfer files directly into my Fire TV Cube if I wanted to do that. But for this demonstration, let's click on download, because that's where I stored the files inside the downloader folder. And we should now see those 4 applications there, guys. So that's how easy it is to back up your applications and you can then access them on another device. You can then store them there. It can become like your app library. And it's one of the things that Fire Stick users never think about, because maybe an application does get removed, or maybe an update breaks something, or maybe that you want to move away to another platform. Having your own application library, your own backup library, means that you stay in control. So whichever device you try to move to, or whichever application you want to access, because of your own app library, you can always access those applications. And particularly now where people are experimenting with other devices, Android TVs, mini PCs, emulators, it just makes a lot of sense by having your own app library. So now, for example, if I want to install this one here, I can click on that. That instantly downloads it from our Fire TV Cube and then allows me to install it here. And we see that installs absolutely fine. And it also saves a copy of it in my downloads folder on this device. So I now have 2 backups of this application. That's working great. I can click on done. One thing to mention now, that when you are transferring files, when you are streaming, it really is essential for you to use a VPN, because when you activate your VPN, you're now no longer using your own IP address, which is like your online digital fingerprint. Rather, you're using an IP address provided from your VPN service provider. Using this new IP address, you can now access geologged content, you can keep yourself safe online, and you can ensure that your ISP can't monitor you, and more importantly, they can't throttle you. So I personally recommend IPVanish, and if you do scan that QR code, you do get the best price for May 2026, and it really is the best way to support me and my work. So many thanks for doing that. And it now begins the installation on my NVIDIA Shield Pro. So highly recommended, super easy. And again, you can access this from any other device. So some of you may want to access this on a phone, so you can keep backups of your applications on your phone. Or maybe you have a laptop. Again, just type in the same IP address into any browser, and you can go ahead and back up all of those applications with more or less one click. And that's working absolutely fine. Now, to get the latest version of Mi Explorer, again, just open up Downloader, and you can navigate to techdoctoruk.com, or you can type in the short code 53402. And this takes you to my brand new website, fully updated for May 2026. 0 adverts, super fast, no annoying pop-ups, no fake download links, no tokens needed. Literally just the easiest, and more importantly, the safest way for you to find all of your favorite streaming applications. All of them have been checked, all of them have been vetted, and they have been all updated for May 2026. So definitely worthwhile checking out. Just make sure you have activated your VPN before accessing my website. So I can now click on Get Tools, just behind my head. Scroll down, make sure you read the disclaimer. Now I want to now look at the Utilities section. Then click on Utilities, and you can now see some utilities here. But what you're interested in for this demonstration is Mi Explorer, which is this one here. So install that onto your device, and you can go ahead and follow the same process as I've demonstrated in this video. So really appreciate your support. Do like and share this video. Do leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.